What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you had a great day today. Listen, let's get into this hot ass mess we call GH. A mess. Everything was a mess. Everybody was a mess. Just a damn mess. Like, what the hell is going on? Just stupidity in the air with everybody. Like, what the hell is going on in the air in Port Charles? Lord have mercy. Julian. Julian. What the hell? Listen, every time this man tries to get out of trouble, he finds himself in more than what he was before. Like, what type of dumbass criminal are you? First, you get blackmailed by Nell, then Ryan blackmails your ass, now Cyrus is blackmailing your ass. Are you stupid? First, this is why I said before Julian should have never went to Cyrus. That was a stupid ass move. And that was nothing but pure desperation on Julian's part. Julian was desperate as shit. Um, so he went to Cyrus thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go to Cyrus and bruh, really? You really thought Cyrus was gonna clean up your mess and not get anything in return? You really thought that? Really? The hell was going through your mind, bruh? We all knew Cyrus was gonna come a calling at some point and come collect on that debt. We all knew this. That was obvious. Stevie Wonder could have seen this. We all saw it coming. Come on now. Really? You thought that this man wasn't gonna come calling for a favor at some point? For you to repay this debt? Okay. And that's what happened. And boy, was it a hell of a favor. So basically, he wanted Julian to deliver a package and basically a bomb. And he wants Julian to help get rid of Jason. Not surprising. Because I think Cyrus underestimates Sonny. Cyrus is under the impression that with Jason gone, it'll be easier to get rid of Sonny. He still thinks that way. And I can understand why he would think that because, of course, Jason is Sonny's right hand man. That's his confidant. But what he has to understand is Jason, what he needs to know is Sonny was the Don of that town before Jason came to work for him. Sonny held that shit down long before Jason. And when Jason was gone for 5 years, Sonny still maintained even after Jason. So don't don't let nothing fool you. Yeah, Sonny's even better when he got Jason around, but trust, Sonny ain't no slouch by himself. Sonny can still handle business on his own. Let's just be clear. Julian just continues to be a dumbass though. This fool sat here and told Cyrus, oh, I can give you something better. If I tell you what I know about Marcus Taggart, all debts are repaid. Julian, you're stupid, and I'm going to tell you why. You told this man, after Sonny warned you that you better keep your mouth shut about Taggart, you still defied him and went and told Cyrus that Taggart was alive. Not only did you do that, but you want to know where Julian fucked up? You still didn't get the letter that Cyrus has in his pocket that Nell wrote to and sent to Ryan. You don't have that letter, idiot. What you should have did was get the letter first, then tell him the information, because you done told him the information first. What's to stop him? Why would he give you the letter now? You don't let the cat out the bag. You lost your leverage. Dummy. Dumb, 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 dumb. Anybody home, dummy? Like, what the hell were you thinking? Get the letter first, fool, and then tell him. Think. I'm over Julian now. I'm done. Julian, it was nice knowing you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Cause that's just some world dumbest criminal shit that you be doing. Goodbye. What the hell is wrong? Now I've seen some stupid people in my life. Let me tell you something. Ignorance, I can deal with ignorant people. But stupidity is something I just cannot deal with because that shit is forever. You can't do nothing with stupid. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You can't fix stupid. I can fix ignorance, but stupid, no, you can't fix that. Nope, 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 no, sir. Can't fix it. Can't do it. Can't. Julian just all around dumb. Like, hey, every bad situation he find himself in, he don't do nothing but make it 10 times worse on himself. So you definitely botched yourself into a corner, Julian. That was smart. Fool. So anyway, moving on from that. Carly. I just want to touch on this real quick. It's so funny how Sonny feels like he has to be totally transparent with Carly about his business and his dealings. And I just want to point something out how funny something was when Sonny walked through the front door and Carly was like, "Oh, I thought you had to work." Was that a joke? Carly, what work does Sonny do? He's a mob boss. All his legit business dealings are just mostly fronts. So you call what he does work? Gotcha. Anyway, when Sonny saw her with the necklace, here goes the lie. Oh, I gotta get the clasp fixed on the clasp fixed on the necklace and stuff like that. Why didn't you just tell your husband that you saw Nell with that necklace and you saw Nina with the same necklace and you put two and two together and figured out that Nina and Nell are mother and daughter? Why didn't you tell your husband? See, this is what I'm talking about. She expects total honesty from Sonny, but when it comes to shit that goes down with her, she don't want to tell Sonny nothing about it. Or she not only not tells him, she just tells him later. Like, she'll delay it. She'll sit on it for a few weeks and then decide to tell him. But he has to tell you shit right away, though. Please. Like the same way when he came home and told her Sasha OD'd and had a heart attack and stuff like that, and he came home and told you that. He could have sat there and not told you a damn thing. He could have came home and said absolutely nothing, but no, he came home and he told you as soon as he saw you. So why you didn't tell him as soon as you saw him? You had opportunity when he asked you about the necklace. You had ample time to tell him, and you should have. I'm just saying, like, call a spade a spade. Like, you want that man to be honest with you, but you ain't trying to be honest with him. Hell no. It don't. See, this why marriages sometimes don't work, because people want it one way when it's supposed to be both ways. Like, it's supposed to be a two-way street, not one way. I'm just saying, like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you need to learn how to be honest. So anyway, moving on from that. Tagger, he's another stupid person. Tagger is working my nerves. Like, people are finding out that you're alive and you're still walking around in just public. Just walking around for everybody to get a bird's eye view of you. Like, dummy. I'm surprised Portia didn't notice his ass standing there. He walking around pretending to be a doctor and stuff, keeping tabs on her, stalking around, following her. And I'm glad Epiphany yanked his ass in that room and was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, we done risked a lot just to keep your secret, keep you alive and keep you out of harm's way, and you sitting here risking it by wandering around town. And more people are finding out that you're alive. That's not smart. Go sit down somewhere." I understand he wants to protect Trina and Portia. I get it. But sit down. Like, what are you doing? But I did love the scenes with him and Epiphany, though, because Epiphany, you could see the hurt in Epiphany's eyes when she was talking about her late son and how she lost him to mob violence and stuff like that. And you could see that it still breaks her heart. I mean, how could it not? That's her only child. Not just her only child, but her child, somebody she gave birth to. You know what I mean? Like, she's never going to experience being a grandparent, never going to see her son get married, none of that. Never going to be able to talk to him again, at least not in this form. That hurts. How could it not? And you could just see the hurt in her face. Like, she just looked so hurt when she was talking about Stan. So she definitely could relate to, Tagger and stuff like that, trying to protect his child, because she would hate to see, what happened to her child happen to somebody else. She would hate to see that. But Tagger got to stay low. That's the problem. Like, he got to stop this foolishness and stay underground. Like, stop all this hiding in plain sight shit. Just dumb. But I did like the scenes with her and him. But anyway, moving on from that. I love the scenes between Britt and Jason. Like, is it me or are they chemistry testing him? Because I have a feeling they're trying to chem test him. I don't know. I just got this sneaking suspicion that they're trying to do a chemistry test. And if they are, I am here for it. I'm here for it. I wouldn't mind seeing Britt with Jason. I really wouldn't, because she's a gray area type of character. She's not evil. She's not good, but she's gray. You know, she's a very gray character. And I think she could match that with Jason. Because I'm just over him and Sam at this point. Sam is just too whiny for me. Like, she is. I'm over them. I wouldn't mind him and Britt, though, to be totally honest. They look like they got some chemistry to me. But I felt bad for her and Portia, though, because you could tell how pissed off they are as doctors that not only did they lose a child, I mean, the boy that died, it was basically a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like a teenage boy. Died of an OD. He overdosed. It's that damn product. It's that damn cocaine that the cocaine and the opioids and all that stuff that Cyrus is funneling through that town. It's killing people because it's too potent. Like, I don't know what they cutting it with, but it's too damn potent. That shit killing folks, putting people in the hospital, killing them. And they were pissed off that they couldn't save that kid. You know, a kid who had his whole life ahead of him, and they lost him. And now Portia had to go tell that boy parents that, you know, their son is gone and he ain't got no future now. You know, I know that gotta hurt, especially as a doctor, you know, not only as a parent, but as a doctor. You know, you work your ass off to save your patients, and, you know, it hurts you when you can't, especially when they're that young and they're around the same age as your kid. You know, it messes with your mental. And you could tell how affected not only Portia was by it, but Britt was affected by it too. What pissed me off about Britt is she really assumed that Sonny and Jason were importing drugs into the town. Like, you said it yourself, Britt, that your first time working at GH, you've never seen a whole bunch of drug cases like you're seeing now. And why would you think Sonny and Jason are funneling drugs through the town now after all these years? The hell would you be thinking that for? But Jason had to let her know that he feels Cyrus is the one putting the drugs through the town and he's using the hospital to do it. Britt sitting there trying to act like, oh, that wouldn't happen under my watch and I'm just oblivious to it. Well, it can happen when he's the chairman of the board. I mean, obviously, he hired you for a reason. You don't think Cyrus can funnel drugs through a hospital without the chief of staff knowing about it? Of course he can. He's the chairman. He knows that he has full control of that hospital right now, including some of the people that work there. So he could easily do it right under your nose without you knowing about it. It's not like you're paying attention to what he's doing. So clearly he has the opportunity to do it. Duh. So Jason was wondering two things. Like, either you're working with Cyrus or you're just fucking oblivious to what's going on. Like, which one is it? Because she really was denying that she had any involvement in it. But she felt like it was kind of stupid of Jason in a way if he really thought that she was a part of this to tell her about it, because what's to stop her from running and telling Cyrus that Jason thinks that he's funneling drugs through the hospital? And Jason was like, well, shit, we'll see. If you go run to him, then that tells me all I need to know, that you are working with him. But if you don't say nothing, then you don't know. And he wants Britt's help in exposing it, basically, because as chief of staff of the hospital, she's in a better position than he is to get the goods on Cyrus and get proof. Since she basically, you know, is the head of the hospital alongside him, you're the closest to him right now, so you got access to shit. So clearly you can find out things a lot quicker than Jason would, since you work there, you run the place, obviously. So Jason pretty much want her to work with him on this, you know, because clearly these opioids and these cocaine deaths and stuff are affecting her. So why not help him stop it? Put an end to the shit. I would love to see the two of them, you know, pair up as partners in crime and stuff and help solve this little nugget. Because Cyrus got a lot of people. He got a lot of people after him right now. A lot of people in that town are gunning for Cyrus. So it's a matter of time before one of them get him. But one of them gonna get him. So anyway, moving on from that, I love the scenes between Sonny, Ava, and Nicholas. Of course, Sonny wanted to know about how Ryan suspiciously got stabbed right before he was about to tell Sonny something. And he know Ava holding back something. He know Ava know something. He know it. I could see it in his face and his tone of voice. He know it. And he basically tried to threaten Ava. He was like, all right. He said, you lied to me. He said, there's going to be some consequences. And look at Nicholas coming there sticking up for his wife, sticking up for his boo, and basically told Sonny, like, I'm the one that ordered the hit. Sonny was looking like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, Nicholas, you bold. Okay, you sticking up for your woman. I respect it. You're a little crazy, but I respect it, Even Ava was impressed with Nicholas standing up for her and stuff like that. She was looking all proud and stuff at her husband. I was like, go ahead. That's how you're supposed to be in a marriage. Be all proud and shit. Um, if I'm sorry, but if I was Ava, I would have been up in there singing. I would have been telling Sonny all the dirt. Because ain't no way I'm about to sit here and protect Julian's stupid ass. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. For what? You and Sonny are finally in a peaceful place. Y'all are co-parenting like you should be. Why rock the boat on that? Why? For Julian of all people. Please, I understand that's your brother, but nope. Nope. I would have let his ass rot. Nope. Keep the peace. Forget all of that. Julian made his own bed. He got to lie in it. Forget all that nonsense. So anyway, moving on from that. Finally, the truth is out. Carly told Michael that Sasha and Chase never slept together. Chase finally told Willow that him and Sasha never slept together. It was a setup. It's about damn time, because everybody was just blaming themselves for what happened to Sasha because they didn't see the signs. They knew that she was a little different, especially Chase. Like, he knew she was a little off and stuff, acting a little jittery and all that mess, but he never suspected it was drugs. They can't blame themselves. At the end of the day, I feel like it was a lot of different things to make her want to start doing dope. I think it was a combination of a lot of different stuff going on that made her want to do it. They can't sit there and just keep blaming themselves every 5 minutes. She's a big girl. She's a grown woman. She's a grown ass woman. She was going to do what she wanted to do. There's no way they could have known what she was doing. It's not like she confided in them, hey, I'm a cokehead. Come on now. What could you have possibly done? I feel like Michael is going to be pissed off at Carly. I think he will, because she knew about it for quite some time and never told him till now. So he's going to be pissed. You know how Michael is. He do not like to be lied to, especially by his parents, especially when they knew something for months and months and never told him. He'd be pissed about that. And I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. I would be too. But I can't wait for the fallout from this. Like, I wonder, like, is this going to change anything between Michael and Willow now that they finally know the truth? I hope, in a way. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I really am. Like I said, if she want to be with Michael, because it's clear that she started having feelings for Michael. It's clear that, Michael has feelings for her. So, and I always felt like Michael and Sasha were going to break up anyway, because Sasha was not into the whole Insta family thing. She made it quite clear she wasn't ready to be nobody's stepmother. She wasn't ready for the whole family life, playing wifey and stepmom. She wasn't ready for all of that. So if she wasn't ready for that, then how would their relationship have continued? Unless they both agreed to keep it light, And I don't think Michael would agree with that, honestly. But this going to be some hot mess when all this go down. It's going to be some good mess. I honestly love the scenes between Franco, Elizabeth, and Cameron, because that was some touching stuff, Like, Franco, I think, is starting to see the impact that he's had on Elizabeth and her kids, because Cameron has grown super close to Franco over time. He's, before that, he was completely in hatred of Franco. He didn't want Franco around. He didn't want to get close to Franco. He didn't want to know Franco. Now he sees Franco as a real father figure in his life. You know, not only in his life, but his brother's life. You know? So for Cam, he feels like he's about to lose Franco all over again. Because remember when Franco turned into Jake and stuff like that? I mean, he turned into Drew and, you know, um, Cameron, you saw how Cameron was when Franco was not mentally there and he thought he was Drew. So, you know, Cam has grown really close to Franco. You know, sees him as a dad, a stepdad, you know, somebody he can confide in, somebody he can go to for advice and stuff like that. And he just can't stand the thought of losing him. You know, and I felt bad for Cameron. Like, that kid has been through a lot of shit, you know, in a short period of time. So, you know, his emotions are going to be just all over the place. Like, his thought process, you know. That's why I felt like you know, he should have definitely been in some good therapy with Kevin. I just feel like he's going to need it more now, you know, because everything that he's going through, it could really affect you. You know, then you got college coming up and, you know, the situation with him and Jocelyn and Trina, that's a mess. You know, it's just a lot. Like I said, though, I don't see them getting rid of Roger Howarth. I really hope they don't, because I actually, you know, Roger Howarth is such a dope actor. Like, he's hilarious. You know, he plays all those different beats when it comes to this show. Like, he can do emotional stuff. He can do villain stuff. He can do humorous stuff. Like, he just has those different layers to him. And I think he's a valuable asset to have for the show, to be honest. But hopefully they find a way to, you know, operate on his tumor. Well, not operate on it, but find some other, you know, some other options, I would say. You know, some type of radiation treatment, maybe something. So, you know, the doctor was able to fit him in for that night so they can run some more tests and see where their options are. I mean, I understand Franco and Elizabeth trying to be realistic about it, but, you know, you just got to be positive about it and hope for the best, you know? Got to. So anyway, moving on from that. Trina and Jocelyn were not here for Dev and his corny ass apologies. That boy just looked like something straight out of a Lifetime movie. Dev really do look like he's like a stalker. You know, he look crazy. Like, the way he be looking at them now, it's like you see a different Dev looking at them. Like, he just looks like he's batshit crazy nowadays. He's sitting there trying to come with the apologies, and Jocelyn and Trina just were not trying to hear it. They didn't want to hear his apologies. Then when Cam walks up and stuff and basically told him, like, you know, you gotta live life and let the petty shit go, basically, you know, stop being angry at each other and just be friends and all that stuff. Like, I totally got where Cam was coming from, because especially after the news that he just got about Franco, it makes, you know, it puts life into perspective for him. It puts a lot of things into perspective. Like, life is really short. You know, you're here today, gone tomorrow. It happens. But what I couldn't stand was Dev was standing there being some fake ass friend, because Cameron didn't even know why they were angry at Dev. And, you know, Dev was just sitting there talking about, oh, thanks for having my back. And Cam was like, yeah, we're friends. And Dev was like, yeah, we're friends. With that little goofy ass little grin on his face. Like, ugh. Dev is just so fake. He is so fake and phony. Like, I can't wait for them to expose his ass in that little fake journal entry. All it takes is for them to communicate with each other, and they'll see that Dev has been creating all the drama, all the problems. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I'll see y'all all later. Hope you all have a good night. Peace.